She's
a
like,
very
no.
nice rock, darling.
A very ignorant rock. Let's talk about retinol. So Peter is really known for his retinol fusion. This is the Retinol Fusion PM serum. It's unlike any retinol you've ever tried. And it's become one of those ingredients that so many of us talk about because it addresses so many different areas of aging. Now, even up here around the eye, you never see retinol doing that, let alone with the fact that it's as impactful as it is, right? It's a nice concentration of retinol. You can bring it up to the eye to address crow's feet, fine lines and wrinkles, but it also addresses texture up to high heavens, which really changes as we age. Think of pores, fine lines and wrinkles, the overall brightness and radiance. Now, what I haven't seen in a while was in this situation.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes we see bigger bottles, all different sizes. These bottles I love because if you're short on space or you want to be able to always have your retinol with you, you have 3 great 1.4 or 0.4 ounce bottles that end up being about $10 a bottle. Now, this really should cost you $105 to get all 3. You're at under 30 plus. If you're tight on space in your vanity, it's great. It's just a great size for that reason. $7.49. When these get empty, I just refill them from my bigger bottle.
Same. And each of these, though, is almost a month's supply of retinol.
So 3 months.
So 3 months.
3 months.
Can you imagine the difference you can see in your skin with just one of these bottles? Because of Peter's formulation, this is a retinol that not only tackles all of those things that you see in the mirror that make you feel kind of old, the lines, wrinkles, texture, crow's feet, big pores. It does all of that. But because of the formula, you are not going to experience the irritation or the redness that is so much associated with retinol. So I want to just show you this little circle here that represents a microencapsulated retinol. So you apply this serum once before bed, and while you're sleeping, see those little blue dots just disappearing? That represents the retinol encapsulates bursting slowly but steadily on your skin. So you're not overwhelmed, you are just refreshed like this. If you're not looking, I want you to see a before and after of 1 week using this serum. In the before, under her eyes, a typical no-fly zone for retinol. In the before, there's a lot of lines. There's some of that crepiness and the crow's feet. After just 1 week using this formula, look at the difference. Look at how much smoother those lines are. Look at the radiance to her skin. There's also vitamin C and E in this formula that are going to comfort your skin while you're using it. And wow, okay. The before looks almost like cat whiskers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little lines around the mouth, and it's a little whitish, flakyish. After 2 weeks, those lines are almost gone. This is a moment like, yeah.
On that one really quick, did you, even on this next one, you can see it. Do you see how it almost looks like the light is reflecting back more on the skin, the radiance? So yes, it's the fine lines and wrinkles that in this side angle is very dramatic, but it's also that brightness. Like you can even see it where you're not pointing out on the cheek. It's brighter. The light's reflecting more.
Right. And the light, think about it, light reflects off smooth surfaces. So you're getting that bounce of the light. It's like what every photographer on every shoot I ever was on in magazines was going for, that kind of light reflection. Okay. Look at the before here. This is a young forehead. She's probably in her early 40s, and she's got some horizontal lines, definitely some textures and pore issues. 4 weeks later, it's like someone took like a Zamboni and drove it over the surface of her skin, smoothing it out like ice. It is such an amazing result. This is the difference that retinol can make in just 4 weeks when you don't have to stop using it because you're too irritated.
Good point. Well, and that's where you see the fine lines and wrinkles and the texture. Now, speaking of what was normally a no-fly zone, you wouldn't be putting retinol under the delicate under eye area, but microencapsulated time release, you can. This is where I got my start with retinol. You're going to get the 3 bottles. Your free shipping and handling goes away at the end of the day today. We'll talk about how to apply it, but it is so important to have in your routine. How many drops do we use?
I mean, listen, I'll use a whole bottle at once if I can, but what Lorraine is using is like 3 drops. You'll know what your skin needs, and then you can either target the areas that are making you most unhappy with your skin, or just put it everywhere. The neck,
I like it all over.
the décolletage, the chest, and don't miss a drop. Use it on the backs of your hands. We all know that that is a lovely place where we tend to show aging. So before you're done, don't wash it off. Go ahead and do it on the back of your hands. This is your first step in your nighttime routine after cleansing. Then you can apply, if you want, other serums on top, your moisturizer on top. One of the biggest fans of this is actually Peter's mom. This is Carol. Carol's 101 years old. And if you are on TikTok, you know Carol because she is viral as heck right now with like 20 million views in the last 2 weeks. And she is a true diva, and she uses Peter Thomas Roth every single day because, you know, it's her
of course.
son, and she gets it like in the biggest bottles possible. She's like, more.
And she puts it everywhere, which you can. I have the bigger bottles, which I do that with too. This is gonna be, each bottle is, or total, it's a 3-month supply?
Yep.
Cheryl, okay, so total you got a 3-month supply. When I was a new host here at QVC, I had just had my 2 kids and I was just finishing up like nursing, so I hadn't started using any retinol yet.
Yep.
I got introduced to retinol and I tried Peter Thomas Roth, or the PTR retinol. While we were in our training, I was sitting across a table, you know, talking about different QVC pricing and learning all about how to do the job from Terry Kahn. And she leaned over and looked at me and she goes, "What have you been doing to your skin?" And at first my mind went blank because I was like, I didn't go get something done. I didn't go have a facial. I didn't know, what am I doing? Oh, right, I'm using retinol. And even she noticed after a few weeks. And she was seeing me every day while we were training together to be new hosts. It was nearly 6 years ago. This is the retinol that I've gone to. I try lots under the sun, but it's the consistency of the serum and how it doesn't leave this heavy extra layer on my skin. It melts in. It almost goes on like an oil would, but it melts into this like matte finish. See, very quickly. See, Allie's one of our best technical directors, but it was even too fast for her. Like, see how it almost looks like an oil, but as I rub it in, it gets matte. Like your skin just absorbs it, drinks it, and now I have a couple of doses on one hand. But you see how it's so easy to use. Use this right after you do your double cleanse. Use your retinol serum. It's your night serum, correct?
It is your night serum. And I just want to touch by one of the things that you said. Allie said when she was pregnant, she wasn't using retinol. Retinol is not recommended for pregnant women. Not that there are known dangers, but it is the kind of thing they're like, we're not going to test this out and see if it's okay.
Yeah.
So if you are pregnant,
wait till you're done.
Just wait. Exactly. If you're not pregnant, get as much as you can.
Get in there.
Because it really makes a difference. It's the one ingredient as a beauty editor that I recommended to everyone over the age of 30. And take a look at how we do it at Peter Thomas Roth that's different. This is your encapsulated retinol. You're going to apply your serum before you go to bed, and while you sleep, the retinol fairy comes and gives you just a little kiss of retinol every hour so that when you wake up, you feel refreshed, you look fabulous, you are not cranky, at least your skin isn't. And this is the difference you can make in a week because you're using it every single night, getting the power of retinol. That's 1 week. Retinol works while you sleep because your skin regenerates. Your cells regenerate while you sleep. We take advantage of that timing, dovetail it with the retinol to enhance that cell regeneration to get results like this in 2 weeks. If you are not using a retinol, if you're like, I am scared to use a retinol, I have heard how bad they can be, how much drying they can do, or you've tried it and it was so irritating, I promise this is the retinol that is going to work for you no matter what your skin type, no matter how old or how young you are. This is the retinol that you guys have given us the Customer Choice Beauty Award for 13 times. Thank you so much. And in return, you get fewer lines, wrinkles, better skin texture, tighter pores.
You're welcome. Well, listen, over 700 just this morning have been spoken for. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, because my sister always asks me, even though she's my big sister, she always asks me about skincare. And she's like, well, what should I be using? And I'm thinking, you know what, if I got this for $30, I could easily give her one and be like, Beth, hey, give it a try. just see what you think. Maybe you've got a daughter who's now into her 30s and she's trying to navigate the world of skincare, and there's so many different brands pulling for her attention. This is the retinol that I use. This is the one, and I've tried a lot of retinols. This is the one that I go to because it's also loaded with vitamin E. So it's moisturizing. It's this perfect balance. The time release makes a world of difference. So you get the 3 bottles, whether you do want to, give one out to a friend to try, or they become, one's a travel bottle, one you keep as your primary bottle because you have short space in the bathroom. $29.98, I think it is the perfect way to experience and try retinol or stock up on a favorite. The shipping and handling is free, but the price will go up at the end of the day today. So under $10 a bottle. It should be over $105. We're at $29.98. I took my kids out for smoothies after church on Sunday. It was $48.
Luxury skincare for a heck of a lot less than a smoothie.
Right, thank you. Right, but when you think about where to put your dollar that's gonna be impactful, take care of your skin. $7.50 and 4 easy payments gets this home. It's a perfect place to try retinol. Incorporate it into your routine today. It is the holy grail when it comes to skincare ingredients, is Peter's retinol, and it's that time release, which is really important. So price goes up at the end of the day today, and so does the shipping and handling. So A673383. If it's in your cart, checkout, 700 now spoken for. All right, so speaking of retinol,